Hello students, today I am going to teach you a new chapter and that is the habitat of living. Habitat means the place where living organisms live. What? The place where living organisms live is called their habitat, and the living organisms get all things that is required for them like food, water, air, light, shelter, etc. It means habitat provide these all things that is necessary for living being. And there are different habitat for different animal, like some live in water, some in desert, some in forest. So the organism live in water. The habitat of that organism is water. Some organisms live in desert like camel, so habitat of that living is desert. Some live in forest, so habitat of that living being is forest like animal. Next is components of habitat. Components of habitat means the component that combine to make a habitat successful. There are two components of habitat and that are biotic and abiotic. What? Biotic and abiotic. Biotic means the living things of a habitat like microorganisms, plants and animals. Abiotic components means the non-living thing of a habitat like temperature, air, water, soil, inorganic nutrients, etc. These all are the abiotic component of habitat. The next topic is adaptation. Adaptation means changes in the body that enables any organism to live in a particular habitat. Like you can say that changes that take place in an organism over generation which enable it to live successfully in a habitat. It means the change that enables a organism to live in a habitat successfully. Okay. The next is types of habitat. There are three types of habitat: terrestrial habitat, aquatic habitat and aerial habitat. Terrestrial habitat means habitat on land. Habitat on land will be called terrestrial habitat, and the organisms like plants and animals live on land are said to be terrestrial organisms. Aquatic habitat means habitat in water. Habitat in water is said to be aquatic habitat, and the organism live in water said to be aquatic organism. Next one is aerial habitat. So habitat in air is said to be aerial habitat, and the organism live in air are said to be aerial organism. Okay, clear students? Now come on the next topic. Now I am going to explain the terrestrial habitat and the types of terrestrial habitat. Just I explain that terrestrial habitat means habitat on land, and there are some types of terrestrial habitat, and that are forest, desert, grassland, polar region, mountain, etc. These all are on land, so uh, these all are called terrestrial habitats, and the organisms live on land are known as terrestrial organisms like lion, human being, camel, rat, plants, etc. Okay, now I am going to explain the all terrestrial habitat one by one and the adaptation of plants and animals that found in that region. So first I am going to explain desert. You all know desert is also a terrestrial habitat. So desert are sandy lands with scanty rainfall, and Now I'm going to explain the characteristics of plants and animals. Those are found in desert. First I'm going to explain about plants. What? Desert plants. It means what adaptation found in the desert plants that they enable to live in desert. So let's see. First, desert plants have well-developed root system that enable them to absorb water from the soil. The stem of the desert plants are spongy, which help them to store water. It is also green that perform photosynthesis. It means the stem of the desert plant perform photosynthesis, and that's why they are green, and they are also spongy that help them to store water. The stomata of some stomata in some plants leaf are very less. Why? Because that prevent the loss of the water, and most of the desert plants leaves are converted into spines that prevent the loss of water from the desert plants. So these are the characteristics of the desert plants. That's why due to of this adaptation, due to of these characters, desert plants are able to grow in a desert area. Okay students, understood? You can see here these all are desert plants. See, this one, the stem of the plants are spongy. Why? Because they store water, and the stems are green. Why? Because they perform photosynthesis. Okay, and the leaves of these plants are converted into spines for the prevention of the loss of the water. Okay students, now comes on the second topic, and that is desert animal. Just I explained about desert plant. Now I'm going to explain the desert animal. It means what adaptation found in desert animals, what features enables the animals live in desert area. So let's see. First, the feet of the camel have thick, flat and large sole which help them in the movement on sand. The next is they can live without water for a long time, and whenever the water available they can drink large amount of water at a time. What? Here you can see on the availability of water they can drink large amount of water at a time, and if they not found water for a time, so they can survive without water. The next is they release very little urine. What? Animals like camels release very little urine to prevent loss of water. The next one is they also discharge dung very dry. What? They discharge dung that is also dry, which help to prevent loss of water in camel. And the leg of the camels are very long, that has to keep the body away from the heat of the sand. And the eyelashes of the camel are long, which protect their eyes from the sand. So you can see these all characteristics, these all features enable camel to live in a desert. So we call camel as a sheep of desert. What? You all know, camel is called sheep of the desert. Okay, you can see here, this is the picture of camel. You can see camel's backbone has a hump that can store fat, and the camel can utilize that fat in the time when they not get food. Okay students, now there is the other animals who live in the desert, and they live in burrow in the daytime and comes out at night because there is the fluctuation in temperature. Okay students, in this way the desert animals are able to live in a desert. Okay students, that's all for today. The next topic I will discuss in next video. Okay, thanks.